Welcome back to Cities in Motion. I'm Jacob, and this is the podcast for anyone who wants cities built for people. Each week, we dig into the systems, design, and culture that shape urban life and explore how smarter transportation, better planning, and thoughtful policy can make our communities more livable. Today, we're in downtown Austin, talking about a very different kind of urban infrastructure: community, care, and mutual aid on two wheels. As Austin continues to grow, questions about equity, access, and who the city is really being built for are becoming more urgent. And while we often focus on big projects, rail lines, zoning reform, housing developments, groups like Austin Bicycle Mills remind us that cities are also shaped by everyday actions and grassroots efforts. To help us unpack all of that, I'm joined by Kelly from Austin Bicycle Mills. We'll talk about how the organization got started, how the bike delivery model works, what they're seeing on the ground across Austin, and what their work reveals about gaps in our urban systems and the possibilities for a more connected, caring city. So let's jump in. Here's my conversation with Kelly from Austin Bicycle Mills.
Name is Kelly Worms, and I run Austin Bicycle Meals. We've been operating for just under 4 years now in Austin. We started February 14th, 2022, and our mission is really to feed and supply our unhoused neighbors in Austin via bicycle. So we ride around every Saturday and every other Wednesday in the downtown and East Austin area, and we distribute anywhere from 150, 250 plus meals, other vital supplies such as water, Gatorade, dog food, menstrual kits, care kits. We have Narcan on our bikes just in case. We'll pass out cold weather items. We're just getting into winter now, so we've had a lot of folks do, clothing drives at work to get blankets and coats and stuff like that for us to pass out. So there's really no limit to what we'll pass out as long as it's portable and we can put it on our bikes. We'll ride around and pass it out to people.
Great. Have you seen an effect on that population that you're helping out? Like when you see them every day?
Yeah.
Not every day, every Wednesday and Saturdays.
Yeah. So maybe I should backpedal a little bit. I think our work in Austin really began out in Los Angeles, where I was living before Austin. I was living in Koreatown, which is a very dense area of Los Angeles. I didn't even have a car when I was living out there, believe it or not, and live in LA without having a car. Pretty crazy. But it kind of forces you to be, I don't know, maybe like just very aware of the community and the neighborhood around you. And this was happening as the pandemic really began, was when I noticed that I wanted to do something and help people, because it was literally coming into my apartment building. I mean, I was running into folks who were sleeping in my stairwell and stuff, and I was trying to help them out. And I just thought there's got to be a way, instead of just feeling like I can't do anything, there has to be a way to help. And so I found this group called Bicycle Mules in Los Angeles. And I thought, wow, what a great idea. Synthesizing, helping people, riding bikes, meeting new people I haven't met in my neighborhood. Like, that sounds awesome. And so I started working with them, and I began to notice a difference in my community in Los Angeles, where I don't know if you've ever been to LA or experienced
once.
Yeah, but like it's kind of, it can feel very impersonal, and you feel like you're in your own little bubble and nobody wants to talk to one another. And it just really, it was a way to break through that and help and interact with people that were directly in front of me. And when it came time for me to move out of Los Angeles, I thought, I don't want to stop doing this work. I want to continue. I feel like this kind of work would really make a difference in Austin as well. There's a robust cycling community that I was aware of, as well as an unhoused population. And I was sort of vaguely familiar with the politics in the state regarding all of this too. And I thought this could work really well. So it was just me and my girlfriend Claire making sack lunches in our apartment. I funded entirely out of my own pocket. We would beg, borrow, and steal friends to come help us pack sandwiches, to pass them out, to, whatever we could, to sort of get this thing off of the ground. This is really my first rodeo. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm really kind of having to figure things out one step at a time. Like, part of town is best to hit? What's good to pass out to people? How should we approach people? But as these things started to fall into place, I began to notice a real difference within our community here, where I'm recognizing people on the street. I'm able to meet their needs when they say, hey, we're out of headlamps. Can you bring us some headlamps? And I can, I see them 2 weeks later using the same stuff that we've given them and making a tangible difference in their lives. Are we solving houselessness? Absolutely not. There's so many other great groups in Austin that do valuable work to pull folks out of houselessness, like Sunrise, and many others. But I feel like where Bicycle Meals really makes a difference is making somebody's day a little bit better and humanizing them.
Definitely. I mean, it's such a Austin thing to do. Go around on your bike, because, like you said, there's a good bicycle infrastructure, and going out and helping people, making sure everybody is taken care of. Remind me how long you've been in Austin.
I moved to Austin in October 2021, so I think just hit the 4-year mark. Yeah.
What kind of growth have you seen over 4 years?
It's kind of hard to say just because I feel like it's definitely gotten techier, and we've seen housing prices surge and then drop. But throughout all of that, I've definitely seen houselessness grow. Like the population that or maybe it's just I'm aware of more people and more areas that folks congregate in. But I have noticed the demand just increase where, we started with 50 meals and now we have 150 meals, and it's still just a drop in the barrel.
And you said you got some grants or a grant?
Yeah, we've gotten 2 grants through the city of Austin. We got the Food and Climate Equity Grant, it's a FACE grant. So we were, I think, it was like a very small amount of organization. Like I think like 140 applied, and then we were maybe one of, I know it was double digits for sure, and I think below 50 or 40. I mean, it was substantial. I was surprised that we got it.
Yeah.
So very cool. We got $3,000 from them twice, and that's been able to help fund our operation from just buying supplies to maintaining the bikes that we have now. When we first started, I was just having to truck around everything that we had, and we were meeting up at Cycle East, RIP, and Eastside Pedal Pushers. And so I was having to bring all of the supplies in an old pickup truck. So now we have a garage that we operate out of, thanks to Life in the City. They're a Methodist church that had an unused garage and donated it to us. We've been able to fill that up with backpacks. If you show up and you want to ride with us, you don't have a backpack or a pannier, we've got those. We've got bikes you can ride. We've got coolers for stuff in the summer. We have popsicles, very popular. There's that space has allowed us to grow so much more, and these grants have allowed us to just think so much bigger than we ever would have when we just started, as far as like what can Bicycle Meals do? What needs can we meet?
Have you seen a lot of, progress with the people that you meet out on the street? Like, have you ever seen people get out of the situation where they're in and progress?
Yeah, there was a period, I think it was about 6 months ago, where the city was going around and offering up. There was a lot of housing that was being built for folks, and so we saw folks get into housing,
Really
and get off of the streets and stuff, which is great. But that need is still there, and
Yeah,
I mean, there's
definitely.
still, with Austin especially, I feel like we hear about so many of these buildings that are just empty or vacant. That buildings, yeah, I mean it's just crazy, and there's people out here. The other night it was 36 degrees and the warming shelter is only open at 35 or 34 degrees, and I'm outside thinking, like, geez, like, why can't we just put people in, like in housing or somewhere?
Yeah.
It seems it's frustrating, but yeah, we have seen people move on from houselessness, and the inverse is also true as well, where we have, that's kind of the scary thing about doing this, is that you might run into somebody who's going to have the worst day of their life that day, and you're running into them, and like that can be really hard to deal with. It is emotionally taxing work, and but it's important, and I think that's what motivates me to keep doing it and remaining consistent and being there for people when the weather's shitty. I'll continue to be there. We were at rain or shine, in the cold, in the heat of the summer. We were at the same time every day, so that people can come
that
out and
consistency.
get us. Yeah, consistency is so important.
I think I will join that ride tomorrow.
Right on. I'm bummed I won't be there, but
Yeah.
we've got some cool volunteers that are running
Okay,
that
great.
ride. You're gonna have a great time. That's been a really cool aspect of our ride too, is just building community. You know, I moved here and my friends that I knew when I moved here have since moved away. And so I've had to make new friends,
Yeah.
which is really difficult making friends in your 30s.
Past college, we've lived in two different cities. It's so difficult.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. And especially to meet folks that, you might start getting along with somebody and then you realize like, ooh, this person said some weird things about trans people. Like, maybe, but it's nice to do something like volunteer work where, you're just meeting great people often than not. I mean, the two guys that are running the ride tomorrow, Daniel and Blake. Daniel's fantastic. He's been riding with us for years now, and he's definitely he helps organize the group. I lean on him a lot when I can't be there to run the ride or I have something come up in my own schedule. Daniel's just fantastic. He's a Houstonian, but he went to UT and has made Austin his home for many years. Blake works as a experiential, what is his job title? It's so strange. Director of Experiential Learning at St. Andrew's School in Austin. He's gotten the students at the school to make care kits for us multiple years in a row. You'll be passing out care kits from those kids tomorrow, as well as having us talk to the kids and about houselessness and our work with Austin Bicycle Meals for many years now. And he's just been fantastic to have on the team.
What do you look forward to every week, every Saturday, every Wednesday?
I really and truly look forward to. I really and truly look forward to this ride every week. I was thinking about that on my ride down here today. That it's hard to imagine not doing bicycle meals every week when I'm out of town for a project or I'm on vacation or something like that. Like I always think about this ride and getting out there, and I feel like passing free out to people is so amazing. I wish everybody would do it. Doing it every week, even better. It's so much fun.
No gimmick.
No gimmick.
Like, hey, you need something? Here you go.
Exactly. No shtick, no anything. There's a few groups around, mainly the church groups and stuff that
Yeah.
will pass stuff out with a brochure.
Yeah.
And I always hated that. I thought like, what a thing to have happen to you if you're on the streets and you're already in a shitty situation, to have somebody preaching at you
Yeah.
like, shut up. Like I want a sandwich and I want you to leave me alone, and that's it. And so I feel like we really try and give people that same respect where we try and, meet them and treat them like humans.
Have you been to any other cities with anything like this other than LA?
Yes, that's a great question. So in doing this, I was really curious about how this model would work in other cities. Our our fiscal sponsor, that's how we get sort of nonprofit benefits without being a nonprofit ourselves. Derek is amazing at Keep Austin Neighborly. He and I worked together on creating a brochure on how you can make a bicycle-based distribution program in your community, in your city, whatever. And we released it for free on our Instagram.
Okay.
So it's a living document where we're updating it over time. And I was always curious after doing that, and I was thinking, wow, this idea really works. It's so, but is it actually happening elsewhere? And I started to do more research as like, other publications were reaching out to us. I was becoming aware of like the bike community at large. And there are a bunch of, bicycle based distribution programs across the world. There's one in Atlanta that I went to go visit called Cycling for Good. They meet up once a month and they pass out typically supplies. I think they used to do food, but now it's more like care kits and socks and stuff like that, which is very helpful. I just found a group in Hamburg in Germany the other day that they have like a big cargo bike that they do basically a soup kitchen out of, and they ride around town. I think it's called like Bully Suppenküche or something like that.
I can't fact check you on that.
Maybe I'll send you the ad or something.
Okay.
But and then what else? There is a group called Cycling Solidarity in Chicago that does work with a group called Burrito Brigade, where they pass out burritos. I think I don't know if it's on a weekly or monthly basis or anything like that, but it's so cool to see that, because it seems strange on paper, riding your bike around and passing stuff out to unhoused folks. But when you do it, you really begin to understand how easy it is. I've done it. I've worked with soup kitchens and food banks before, where we've done distribution by car, by foot, and it can be really difficult to, a lot of the time you're parking your car illegally, you're leaving it to go into these encampments, and you're going, a lot of the time to different places. You're not able to build up a rapport. If you're doing it on foot, it can be really hard to carry all of the somewhere. And I think that the great thing about being on bikes is you can really use your noggin, and you can ride your own bike. You can ride one from our garage, but it just makes it so easy to just make the bike do work.
Yeah.
And I think it's been really beautiful to just see time and time again that this weird, funny little operation of ours just makes so much sense.
Obviously, there's been a lot of growth in this organization over the past 4 years. Like, what have you seen from like day one of you doing this to now?
I mean, it's night. I really could not have predicted where we are now from where we started. Like, it's completely night and day. It just doesn't look the same. It doesn't breathe the same. It's totally different. I mean, when we started, it was out of my own pocket, 50 sack lunches a day, and it was really hard. It's really difficult to do this work and do it on a consistent. We got to a point, I'd say probably 4 or 5 months in, where we were done. We'd had our weekends were gone. We would have to spend all Saturday, doing groceries, preparing the meals, getting everything ready for the ride, and then go do it Sunday. And by the time we were done, we were exhausted. So we realized pretty early on that we needed to have some kind of food partner if this was going to be sustainable at all. Sustainability for us is the sort of gateway into consistency, which is the most important thing about our group, and also food quality. But getting that first meal partner for us, Food Not Bombs in Austin, was so helpful because it helped take so much off of our plate. Excuse the pun. And we were able to focus on, okay, what else can we do now that the food is taken care of and we're getting, anywhere from 80 to 150 meals a week. What else can we offer, and how can we expand as a group? So then we had volunteers show up with a cooler and Otter Pops in the summer one day, and we thought, what a brilliant idea. Like, that's so good. Like, it's 105 degrees right now. Like, it would suck. And so now, I mean, it'll be the dead of winter and we get asked if we have popsicles, believe it or not, man. So then one food partner went to 2 food partners, and that's how our Wednesday ride came about. We got approached by a group called Our Shared Kitchen that needed help for Wednesdays. We said, well, we can't do every Wednesday, but we could do every other Wednesday and see where it goes from there. And then that blossomed to where we had Our Shared Kitchen as a food partner for our Saturday rides as well. There was one ride we did 400 meals.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were having to beg people to show up. Like, I remember when our first person showed up.
Yeah.
Because we were just advertising on Instagram, and Claire and I were just floored. We couldn't believe it, that anybody other than our friends had come out to do the ride with us. Now we consistently have anywhere from 12 to 15 plus people show up for our rides, which is fantastic. To see people take time out of their day every week to come ride with us never ceases to amaze me. But I think that a lot of the reason why they're able to come out is also a central tenet of what we started with in the beginning, which was ease for the volunteer. We wanted to make everything for the volunteer showing up to ride with us as easy as possible. So when you show up as a volunteer, everything will be laid out. We have whatever you don't have or need, and we can set you up to do actual volunteer work.
I don't have a bike. I don't have a helmet. I don't have a saddlebag.
You're good.
You're
good.
ready to go.
Yeah, you're good. The meals are already there. You don't have to worry about, if you want to come just make meals too,
Yeah.
we make sack lunches on Saturday now, which is great. Our Wednesday ride, now we partner with a group called Free Lunch, which is great. That's been able to continue our Wednesday ride, which has been fantastic. So, you can, when you ride with us, you can ride for however long you want. If you wanted to just show up to where we meet, grab some lunches, and go distribute on your own, you absolutely could. Yeah, you could ride with us for as much as you want. So it's such a good time.
Like social events outside of Wednesdays and Saturdays, like, do you go with like, hey volunteers, let's meet up on like the week of Thanksgiving and go hang out or something?
Yeah, well, I've had dinners with our volunteers. We've all met up to go to critical mass. We've met up to go, what was another fun thing we all did? I just had hot pot at Daniel's house the other day. It's been really nice to just build that community with
Yeah.
people. But yeah, we'll go crash other rides around town. Like there's, have you heard of the Lend Your Legs ride?
No.
They're super cool. They might be another great one to talk to, but they set you up on a tandem bike, and it's for the school for the blind and developmentally disabled. And you ride with one of the kids on the back, and that's kind of a wild sensation because it feels like a regular group ride when you start, but then whatever kid you're paired with will start to be like, "Hey, what was that?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, that's a dog. It's small and cute and fuzzy, and I think his name's Ralph." And up ahead we've got people are waving at us and ringing bells, but yeah, you just rip around the neighborhood up there. And so we've grabbed a few volunteers from Bicycle Meals, and we'll just advertise through our socials like, "Hey, we're gonna go do this, like, come on,
Yeah.
come and hang out," or
There's
whatever.
the SIO. They have helped out Austin ISD and done like some after school club before. And
Yeah.
it's so great. Like all these kids learning how to ride a bike,
Yeah.
learning how to ride safely on the street. Tallman's bikes, here you go.
Yep.
Gosh, I wish I got something like that in elementary school.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it is so cool. I mean, just to get more kiddos out on. But we've had kids come
Yeah, I
and
was
ride
gonna
with
ask.
us. One of the students at Blake, one of our volunteer school, he's really made it sort of a personal mission of his to come and help us. He knows a dad through his school that owns a Shipley's Donuts or something like that. And so they make donuts fresh every day. And so they always have donuts at the end of the day that don't get sold. So he connected us with them
Yeah.
to pass out donuts. So
Yeah.
we pass out donuts every Saturday now from Shipley Donut. We get about 150 donuts. So it's just been cool to have, kids come ride with us and see, actually meet people. And, who knows what you get told as a kid, or I guess like maybe growing up in America, you're conditioned to sort of ignore houselessness and like homeless folks out on the street. And it's nice to pull back the veil on that and show kids, hey, you do want to be safe about it, but you can get out there and make meaningful change in somebody's
Yeah.
life.
Imagine how great that is to a kid, someone who's developing their personality and just getting to experience that.
Yeah, no, it really does make a difference. I started volunteering in high school through our local Key Club, and I just, I sort of fell out of it in college, but I always had that in the back of my brain to where, when COVID hit, I really wanted to make a difference in my community, and I knew just how to do that through my time volunteering as a kid.
You have families ever gone all together, mom, dads, children.
Oh yeah.
That's great, like neat thing to do as a family.
It is. It can be really hard for kids sometimes because you do see, I mean, you never really know what you're going to run into.
Yeah.
I think I should put it that way,
Okay.
good or bad. And I think as a parent, I imagine that can be so challenging to have to navigate. But I think that it pays dividends to really, not coddle your child and say that this is happening in the world around you, and this is what we can do about it.
We're gonna help out these people.
And instead of ignoring the problem, we are going to get out there and get our boots on the ground, and you're going to try and make a difference in somebody's day.
Do you ever keep some extra meals in your truck as you drive around town?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have. I mean, because now we just have so much stuff
Yeah.
from doing bicycle meals that we have. It could be anything. We have boxes of stroop waffles now that we've got a few of them in the truck. I just dropped off some stuff over at the Free Fridge, who we work with quite a bit. There's a network of free fridges in Austin that we'll go drop meals at. If we can't find people at the end of our ride, we'll go hit a free fridge and leave meals for people, especially with the SNAP benefits being ended and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And more folks are food insecure now than ever. We've noticed an uptick in the folks that are using the free fridge. So we try and go out of our way to hit the free fridge.
How many free fridges are in Austin?
I believe there are 5. There used to be more. Sort of find this with working in mutual aid spaces and nonprofits and stuff like that, that everything's always in flux. We see that a lot with volunteers. We'll have people who come volunteer with us consistently, and then fall out of it and then come back, or new people will come into the fold. Just that fluidity is always fun, because you just never know what each ride is going to be like. It could be different every time, but I know that with Free Fridge, they've just been such an excellent group, and really become a staple in Austin, and really just like I feel like a great role model for our group as well, just with consistency and just trying to help people.
Where can people find you online?
So if you want to come ride with us, the best way to find our information is through Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah, it's working. So we usually post the day before and the day of every ride. If we have like a scheduling change or something like that, we're going to ride every day, but sometimes the meals are a little late, or sometimes we're a little late. But usually we ride every Saturday at 2, and then every other Wednesday at 5:30. If you're not sure which Wednesday, just keep an eye on our Instagram, or just message the page. I'll answer it. Additionally, we have a Facebook page as well. We also have a website through keepaustonneighborly.org. There's a Austin Bicycle Meals tab there. We've got a store where you can buy merch. We've got a place where you can donate to us. And we also have a setup through our Instagram bio. If your work does donation matching, that you can get that set up through our Instagram. But really, the Instagram is probably the best place to find all of our information and get a hold of us. We've got resources for new riders too. We've got I don't know. It's really come so far from where we began. I mean, there's so much available.
Was it originally started on Instagram?
Yeah, we originally started with just the Instagram, but it was very primitive. We just took, one group photo, and now I've been doing videos, and it is, I did fight it for a long time. I didn't want to be like the face of this. I felt like what we were doing was more important, but I feel like it is important to show people the face behind the organization and the actual people doing it. It makes it so much more personable and easy. If you want to come ride with us too, there's no sign up or anything. You just have to show up. We do that intentionally because it can be a little stressful to get locked into something. And it might feel like there's too much red tape in the way. So we really try and do away with any of that. If you want to come ride with us, just show up. If you don't know what's going on, ask somebody. Everybody's very friendly at the ride. And it's all by design. It's to get you coming back again and again.
Right. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah. This was fun. Thanks for meeting up with me.
A huge thank you to Kelly and anyone at Austin Bicycle Meals for joining me and for the work they do every week to support our neighbors across Austin. If you found this conversation meaningful, make sure to follow the show, share it with a friend, and leave a rating or review wherever you're listening. It really helps more people discover these urbanist conversations. I'm Jacob, and this has been Cities in Motion.